Allison Sullivan with Stamp Crazy with Allison. I am an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in New Westminster, British Columbia on the west coast of Canada. So welcome. I'm just going to go live over on my Facebook group. I've got a frozen face over there. Pretty sure I'm live and everything's good. Yeah, looks good, I think. Let's see here. That looks good. Okay. I'm just going to bring it up on my iPad so that I can see anyone who joins over on my page. Or, sorry, not on my page, on my group. Okay. Go back over here and chat, and I'll let hopefully everyone will come over and see me. All right. I having one of those days where I am lots of time and then all of a sudden I have no time. Do you know how that works? Like you're looking at it's like 10 o'clock. I'm like, what? Anyways. Okay, we're good. Hi, Alexina. How are you? You got all sorted out with that with Ange, right? On your class? Your celebratory SIPS class. Or maybe it was both of them. I'm not sure. Anyway, we'll see you in a couple weeks at class. All right. I'm all set up. We're good. I'm good over there. It's just Alexina and I. And Diane. How are you, Diane? Beautiful day. Beautiful day. Not too cold, not too hot. I don't know what the temp is, but happy to see you. Can you see that we're going to be using, I'm going to put that so the light doesn't shine. We're going to use some new product today that we haven't used before. And this is actually my next class. Hi, Mo. How are you? Oh, good. That's good, Alexina. Glad. All right. So we're going to be using a brand new suite today, and it's gorgeous. And I'm going to tell you all about it now. Now, let me hide myself. Put my glasses on so I can see. You're fine. I'm good. I'm glad you're fine. All right. So now I've got everything set up. Okay. So this is a new set from the Annual Catalogue. So let me grab. I had everything out here to show you guys, and now it's like, oh, there it is right in front of me. Okay, here we are. So you got the catalog, so you're going to go to page 58 and 59, and I actually think it goes on to the next page too, 60. Oh my gosh, look how beautiful this is. Let's try that. Anyway, it's called, now I've printed off how to say this, Kintsugi. So you don't say K-I-N-T together, and I'm going to have to practice it. It means golden repair. It's a Japanese saying, and it's a Japanese type of pottery. So good morning, Kishi. You're not late. You're good. So basically, it's a Japanese way of mending pottery. So if something is broken, so let's see if we can find something here. So like this vase, right? Okay, so let's say this is broken. So what they do is they use something called Urshi, U-R-U-S-H-I, Urshi lacquer, sorry, and they add powdered gold, silver, or platinum. And it emphasizes the flaws. So rather than, oh my gosh, I have a broken teacup or a broken vase, it actually improves it, right? Because it emphasizes the flaws and the imperfections of an object. Highlighting the history of the piece rather than hiding the damage. I love Japanese people. They're just, and I really like this. I printed this up. This practice is also seen as a metaphor for embracing life's difficulties and finding beauty in resilience. Oh my gosh, the Japanese are so wonderful. Anyway, beautiful. You just got yours on Thursday, Mo? Yeah, we've got a class coming up using it. Ange and I's next class is, well, our next class is on May 31st. But after that, oh my gosh, when is our next class? It's in May. It's the end of May. No, at the end of June. I think it's June 21st. no, June 22nd. It's a Sunday. We're doing it on a Sunday. So, okay, June 22nd, we're going to do a class using this beautiful suite. And this is the stamp. This is the bundle, Inspiring Imperfections, which is a great name considering what we just talked about. Okay, lots of beautiful sayings. And we've got the dies to match. And we've got additional dies that don't match. Okay, I like that. It's also got an embossing folder called Joined Together. And it's really cool. We're going to use that today too. Okay. Now the class comes with the designer series paper. Now the designer series paper is probably, I always say that it's the star of the show, but really is with this suite. Look at these gold embossed images. Isn't that gorgeous? It's like, it's definitely a specialty paper. Here it is. More gold. That's one side. Now I love this. This is, you get a whole sheet of this, of course. And you can use the dies to cut out the images. This one's cool. That. And then, oops, let's keep it together here. Love this one. See the gold? And another gold. Okay. And then on the other side, you've got, you know, much more muted. Okay. So in the class, you'll get half a package of the designer series paper. So you're going to get double what I just showed you. Okay. And then, move that out of the way. And then I wanted to show you the colors that coordinate. So we've got basic beige. We've got misty moonlight, old olive, petal pink, and Lost Lagoon. Now you can use whatever colors you like, but this is what coordinates with the designer series paper. And we're going to be using these colors today. And then, of course, gold. So you want to get some of our gold foil too. And our class, oh, I forgot, the class also includes a 6x6, I think, no, 6x12. I don't even remember. An eighth of a package of the gold. Okay. So you're going to get that too. All right. Let's start. Shall we start? Okay. Let me remember what I did. Okay. Oh, sorry. Ribbon. You're going to get a whole package of the ribbon. So you can get both of these rolls. This is Misty Moonlight and white 1/4 inch starter ribbon pack. I think there's 2 yards of each on here. So you're going to get 2 yards of Misty and 2 yards of white. So you're going to get that, both of those as part of your class. Ooh, that's cool. Oh, one more thing you're going to get as part of your class. My gosh, I'm really losing it. So you're getting the DSP, you're getting the ribbon, and you're getting these flower accents. Okay, covered? Okay, let's start. So I'm going to start here with the piece of basic white. I actually should have used the thick. I've only got the regular weight, and I don't think I should have used the regular weight, but it's too late now. Like I said, oh, hi, Ellie. Like I said, I just made this card this morning, so I was in a hurry. Okay, now I'm going to grab a piece of basic white. This is 5 1/4, or is it 5 1/2? It's big enough because I have to use a die. So it's 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. Okay. And I'm using these dies. I'm using the textured notes dies. Okay. So these are like little nested dies. You can use them all. They're rectangular. They each have a different embossed edge on them. We're going to use the largest one and the second largest one. So, oh, the third largest one, I guess. Let me grab it. I think this is the largest. Yep, this is the largest. And then I've got the second largest. Okay, but the first thing I want to do, oops, is I've got a piece of that gorgeous designer series paper. So this is 1 1/2 inches. Okay, I'm going to glue this to the bottom. So it's 1 1/2 inches, and I want it to be 4 1/4, but I was worried about it just being, you know, sometimes you can't stick it on really perfectly straight. So I just made it a little bit wider, which is a great idea, except I think I've got too much glue on here now, but that's okay. So I just let it go over the edges here. I do have too much glue, but that's okay. So it's gone over the edge a bit, but that's okay because we're going to cut it out. Okay, so let's grab our die. Here it is. It really is turning into, you know, we always at least on the west coast of Canada, and probably the east, probably all of Canada. But we kind of look at Victoria Day weekend. We're having a long weekend here in Canada. It's called Victoria Long Weekend. I think it was originally to celebrate the birthday or whatever of Queen Victoria, I think. Anywho, it's a holiday. It's a long weekend. And this is when we actually use as our measurement for, okay, now we can put things in the ground outside because we're pretty sure we won't have another frost, at least in the lower mainland. I heard it was going to snow on the Coquihalla again today. Did you guys hear that, Keisha? My son is out camping in Nicola Valley there, and I'm thinking, oh, it wouldn't fizz him if there was snow, but isn't that crazy for me? Okay, did you see what I did, you guys? Let me just, here we go. So did you see that I've got the large one, I've taped it down so it doesn't move, and then I'm making a frame. So I've got that other one inside, okay? Does that make sense? Okay, then I'm gonna run that through the Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine. So it's too wide to go through the mini. Okay, so we have to use the mama. Okay, let's move that out of the way. Okay. And I'm going to carefully remove this tape. This is just repositionable tape. And I have a little stash right stuck on the side of my desk here, okay? So we can toss that little bit, and then you're going to end up with something that looks like this. We got 2 pieces of it. It's 2, yeah, they have a camper though, Keisha. Yeah. And they had an Instagram post yesterday, and I don't know how many people are there with them camping. It looked like about 20. They got campers and you know, those tents we used to use for soccer. Yeah, they got all that, and they got the bonfire going, and oh my gosh, they're so funny. Okay, so here's what you end up with. You end up with a frame, and then you end up with a middle piece. Okay, so for this piece here, I wanted to use the embossing folder because I didn't want it just this plain white. So what I did was I took it and decided where on here I liked, and I think I liked this. So I'm going to line it up. But you see how I could emboss the designer series paper and it wouldn't matter. You probably wouldn't even notice, but I didn't want to. So I've stopped there. Does that make sense? You're not a camper in the sun. I love you, Keisha. I used to camp all the time. We used to camp with the kids in a tent. Oh, it was painful. When I was younger, it was okay. But as you get older, you started to add things like, oh, we'll put a foam underneath the sleeping bags, and you know, and then you had to put a fly around the tent because if it rained, it would run off, so you'd have to make a little ditch. And oh my gosh, then I got too old for that crap. So we did have a truck at one point that we camped in the back of, and then the bears came and got us, and twice, and that was exciting. So yeah. Oh, it's only May, Mo. You can have a fire in May. There's no fires in it'll stop. They'll have campfire bans soon, but it's not now. Yeah, it's snowing, Mo. So it's freezing. It's freezing. Oh gosh, did you see in Manitoba those fires? Yeah, Mo, that's what you're probably meaning, right, hon? Yeah, it's super. Oh my gosh, it's so awful. And we're gonna get those. It's coming. But until it does, they can have a fire. Okay, what we're going to do now is I want to glue this. Oh, did you see that? Isn't that gorgeous? Look how pretty that is. Ooh, I don't know why I'm getting that shadow. Okay, how's that? Is that better? Now, I want to glue this down. But what I found was if I cheated and put this back in like so, and then I just used my tape like so, just to put that back into place, basically, okay? I'm only putting the glue on the inside, okay? So this is a brand new glue. It got a little bit, yeah, coming out a little fast. White on white is hard to see. Okay, so then I'm going to line this up because I only want to glue the inside. I'm going to take my outside off ever so carefully. Now, if you're using repositionable tape, you can use it over and over, and actually you're better with the one that's sort of not as tacky, right? Early June, yeah. They're starting earlier. I agree, Keisha. So Mo's not wrong, because it is surprising, but it's not that warm here, Mo. So I think my sister Ellie's opening her pool in Toronto today. I think that's what they do on the long weekend in May. It's kind of that trigger for all those things, isn't it? Now for this, I want to pop this up. Now I could just use regular dimensionals, that works, but I'm just going to use our foam strips because why not? I love these. And get a little bit more coverage. Now, I was thinking as I was doing this card this morning, I was thinking if you use these, you could actually make this a shaker card of some kind, couldn't you? With this idea. We're not making a shaker card, but we could. Okay, I'm just going to cut a little strip. I'm going to warn you that these strips are not as high as our regular dimensionals. So you're going to want to be mindful of that if you're mixing and matching things. So if you're putting this down and then you're getting putting something else on and you think it's going to be the same height, it won't be. It'll be lower. So, or higher, sorry, the regular dimensionals will be higher than this. They're thicker. Okay, gardens and pools. That's right, Mo. Gardens and pools. Okay, so we're going to line that up. All right, so that's what we've ended up with. So we've got that height, okay? Okay, let's decorate. Grab a piece of basic white scrap. I'm going to be using this vase and this little cup, or I guess it's like a little teacup. It's a Japanese teacup, right? Yeah, because they don't have handles. Okay, so let's stamp this one. I'm going to stamp this one just in memento. And I'm going to stamp this one in Versamark, and we're going to emboss it in gold. So let's grab our embossing buddy and let's stamp that one. And grab the gold. I'm using the metallic Gold Rush. Is that what it says? No, Gold Rich. It should say Gold Rush. In my mind. There we go. Okay. And I'm just going to put this back. There we go. And we'll heat set that. So let's grab my heat tool. And you guys know the drill. Let it heat up. And as it warms up and he starts to get hot, it'll melt the gold or the powder. And it will set. Now, I guess technically, I haven't created a vase or a cup using the technique of the Kintsugi, but that's okay. If you were using, let me just show you, if you could use you can use the designer series paper because the dies will cut out these. So we've got the technique here and we've got the technique here, right? Whoops. Did I just shake this? Oh, just shook everybody. Let's color this in. I grabbed Old Olive, Petal Pink, Lost Lagoon, and Misty Moonlight. These three are the light versions, and this one's the dark. Okay, so I'm going to grab my Misty Moonlight, and I'm going to grab and start coloring. Actually, I think this one is the dark. No, this is light. Okay, good, because the dark would be way too dark. So I'm just kind of coloring in these flowers. So you are going to have to put up with me as I do this. And I'm going to add a little bit down here. Otherwise, it's going to look kind of, you know, I want it to sort of flow, your eye to flow, right? So now we've got kind of with the blue. And nobody's watching me over on my group. This one I'm not using yet. Then I've got Old Olive. And let's color in whatever we think could be a leaf. I love these colors together. Okay, and then maybe up here, I think. Yeah. Okay. All right, that looks good. And I could actually leave it like that. My original card, I did color more in, and I think I will color it in, but I could leave it like that. Let's grab the light petal. Oh, it is light petal pink. Okay. Now, the beauty about blends, right, is once you've laid a color down, you don't have to worry too. I'm not going to color right over it, but you, it's not going to replace the color with this later color. So I am kind of taking, you know, going around it. But if I go over it, it won't matter. That's the beauty of a blend versus a pencil crayon or a Stampin' Write marker. Okay, so there's our, and then for this guy, I'm going to take the Lost Lagoon. I'm going to color the inside of my cup in the petal pink. And then I'm going right over, oops, I'm going to use the broader end. I'm going right over the embossing with my blend because the embossed area will resist. And I didn't do this on my first one, but I think I'm going to color the bottom in the petal pink too. I always make changes, don't I, when I make it once and then do it again. I'm going to grab a tissue and I'm just going to go over my image in case any of the blue actually got on the embossing powder, but it doesn't look like it did, just to kind of take that out. Okay, next we want to cut those out, and we've got the matching dies, so that's good. And you know me, I like to tape my dies down if it's more like a framelit, which these are, because I've already gone ahead and done all this work. I sure as heck don't want it to shift when it's going through. And I'm also got a piece of Misty Moonlight, and I'm going to stamp a saying on here, or sentiment. So let's give that a little brush. I'm going to grab my Versamark. There is beauty in your history. Don't you love that? I love that saying. It's a really comforting saying, I think. And I went through this whole thing of, should I do it in gold? Should I do it in black? Should I do it in white? Anyway, I ended up doing it in white. I will show you the other colors and when we're putting this all together, and you can certainly have your opinion what we should do. But it's such a beautiful, fresh, crisp card, isn't it? So let's do this. Let's grab our heat tool and let's emboss that. You like watching people coloring? Well, you're a beautiful colorer, Keisha. Much better than me because you've taken all those classes. I go for the easy stuff, right? I'm not having to blend or anything. All right, and this is going to be cut out. Now this is another die from the dies from the Inspiring Imperfections. Okay, so we'll grab our Stampin' Cut and Emboss. Here we go. Throw all of these on. And our clear plate. Go. And run that through. Okay. This is the gorgeous, gorgeous suite of products. I said to you earlier that we're doing it as a class. I also, in the month of, what month are we in? May? July. I guess it's July. Oh my gosh. You know how I do my free PDFs if you make a purchase, or if you're on my team, you get it too. And then I also put it out for purchase. Well, the one we're doing in July is this one. So if anybody's coming to a class and register with me for my June 20, whatever it is, I said 22nd class, you'll get that as a little bonus. Hi, Jeannie. How are you? I love this suite. Don't you? Oh, I know. You're right. Love it. Hi, Joanne. I'm so glad to see you. So glad to see you. And I've got Maureen. Maureen, you're over there on my border, buddy. Nice to see you, friend. Okay. So now let's get this put together. Love this. Okay. So there's our first one. And remember what I was saying about, oh, I didn't cut that out right. Ooh. Oh, well, keep going. I'll show you my original. We're going to just keep going. I was telling you that the dimensionals that are up here are not as high as this one, but it won't matter for this, right? Because it's kind of recessed, so that's okay. That's no problem. But for your saying, I need to pop it up. So I'm going to, if I use my regular, actually the regular dimensions worked fine. Now, here's what I was saying to you, okay? So here's the white, okay? And then here's the gold. Whoop, shouldn't hold it so close. That's the gold, and that's the black. So I don't know. Does anyone have an opinion? There's the three colors. I'm going to wait for you guys just to give me an opinion. What do you think? Black, gold, white. Go. I have to wait for you guys to catch up. And while you're catching up, I'll add some of the embellishments, which are the flower accents. Okay, so let's, oops, can't get it out of my paper here. What do you guys think? Nobody's telling me what they think. Have you all fallen asleep? Oh, white. Hi, Janet. So everybody thinks white. Keisha thinks white. White or gold. Yeah, let's get rid of the black. Okay, so there's the white and there's the gold. Yeah, I did go with white because I liked the sort of the freshness of it, right? Because we got so much white going on here. So these are these little accents. So that's what I thought would be good, just on the corner there. Okay, we're gonna stick with the white. Although I have one of the cards is already white. No, I like the white. We're all right. We're good. Good job, guys. I agree. You agree with me? Okay. So there we go. And let's add. Now, the reason I'm doing it this way is because this part of my saying has to be the same height as this, but this one has to, I'm putting it off like that. So if I put a dimensional, it would be wonky, kind of like me. The white pops more, I agree. The gold picks up the gold in the bowl. It does, Diane, yeah? So everyone's like white or gold. Yeah, you guys are right. So that's the white, and that's what the gold would look like. So that also works. So here's the one I made this morning. So we'll just do it like this. I won't actually put the gold on there, but that's them side by side. I'll have to replace that little mug. I didn't cut it very well. Now, this is called Inspiring Imperfections, right? And I wanted to show you what inspired me for this layout, because I told you guys in the past that sometimes if you see something and you love the layout, just use it. Just go, okay, what else can I use that for? So here's the card. that inspired this card. So same elements, except this one uses celebratory sips. Boy, is that ever hard to say. Celebratory sip. Oh, you're welcome, Janet. It's great. It's so beautiful. I don't know. And it just, Japanese art is just so calming, I think. So you guys know that I've got, my friend Leanne made me this card. You know, I've got the celebratory sips. Oh, gosh, that's so hard to say. Class. I have one kit left. And if you're local, it's good because you can pick it up, or because of this mail strike that might be coming. And then this class is on June the 22nd. Okay, so that's our cards. Alexine, you like the white too? Yeah, okay. I'm really sorry, Janet, that I made you buy the suite. Sorry. Okay, so there we go. All right, so I wasn't sure what I was going to do today. I was actually going to do a kit, but I'm glad I did this. There we go, right there. There we go. Okay. It's your favorite set. Yeah. As soon as we got the catalog, I was in Toronto visiting my sisters, and my sister Mo, who's on this call, this was her, like, immediately she said, this is it. This is my set. I'm getting this. I'm getting this suite. So this was her favorite. My favorite was the celebratory sips. So anyway, we made some celebratory sips cards together. The catalog has got a lot of beautiful suites in it, so make sure you check it out. All right, you guys. You like the gold, Maureen? Let's see. Here's Maureen's bit. She votes for gold. There we go. No, Maureen likes the gold. Okay. I think that's all, right? Okay. So have a great rest of the day. Have a great holiday if you're not retired. Tomorrow's another day. But if you are not retired and you get the day off tomorrow, have a wonderful rest of the long weekend in Canada. And I will see you on Wednesday at 2 p.m. Pacific time. So you just have to adjust that for your own time zone. All right, everybody. Thanks, Keisha. Thanks, you guys. Bye. Have a great rest of the day.